The muscle car wars weren't won with just horsepower. They were won with fear. The kind of fear that sent shivers down the spines of rival engineers. The kind that made street racers hesitate at a stoplight. And before the world even heard the words HEMI, LS6, or Boss 429, Chrysler had already created a monster that rewrote performance rules. Its name? The 413 Wedge. It wasn't just another big V8, it was the first real shot fired in the battle for dominance. An engine so ahead of its time that it forced the entire industry to rethink what speed could be. Then Chrysler did the unthinkable. They transformed this powerhouse into something even more terrifying, the Max Wedge. The result? A factory-built dragstrip assassin that crushed quarter-mile records and left its competition scrambling for answers. Everyone remembers the HEMI revolution, but before that, the 413 Wedge had already set the streets on fire. And yet, history seems to have overlooked this beast. Hit the like button if you love cars as much as we do, and subscribe to join our Gearhead community for more thrilling car content. The Chrysler RB Series V8 was already making waves in the late 1950s, with displacements ranging from 383 to 440 cubic inches. However, in 1959, Chrysler decided to push things further and introduced the 413 cubic inch Wedge, which was named after its wedge-shaped combustion chambers. It was built for one purpose: raw power. At first, the 413 wasn't meant to be a high-performance monster. It was a reliable, torquey engine for Chrysler's full-size cars, producing around 360 horsepower. But Chrysler quickly realized they had something special on their hands. With a few tweaks, higher compression, a hotter camshaft, and dual 4-barrel carburetors, this beast started making serious numbers. By 1961, the Max Wedge 413 was unleashed, and suddenly, Chrysler wasn't just playing in the performance game, it was running it. The 413 wasn't only focused on big displacement, it was a finely tuned piece of engineering built for serious power. Every component was designed with performance in mind, making it one of the most formidable engines of its time. At its core, the Chrysler 413 was a naturally aspirated 90-degree V8, delivering raw and unrelenting force. Its massive 413 cubic inches, or 6.8 liters of displacement, provided foundation for its high-performance capabilities. The Max Wedge pushed the limits with an 11-to-1 compression ratio, optimizing combustion for maximum power output. Fuel delivery came from dual Carter AFB 4-barrel carburetors, ensuring the engine had ample fuel and air to unleash its full potential. When tuned to its peak, the Max Wedge 413 cranked out an astonishing 420 horsepower, an elite figure for the early 1960s. But it wasn't solely about horsepower. The engine also produced a monstrous 535 pound-feet of torque, giving it incredible acceleration and pulling power. Designed to run on gasoline, the 413 cemented its reputation as a high-performance powerhouse, setting the stage for the muscle car era that followed. Unlike the hemispherical HEMI combustion chamber Chrysler would later perfect, the 413 used a wedge-shaped chamber. This design allowed for better air and fuel mixture flow, increasing efficiency and power. It also helped decrease production costs, making it more accessible than the exotic and expensive HEMI engines. The 1962 Max Wedge 413 was Chrysler's way of telling Ford and GM, catch us if you can. This was a factory-built drag-strip dominator. It wasn't just about brute force. This engine was made for speed, capable of tearing through the quarter mile in an astonishing 12 seconds flat. That was supercar territory back in the early 60s, except this wasn't some rare hand-built exotic. This was raw American muscle, straight from the factory, ready to race the moment it rolled off the lot. Chrysler engineers weren't making a big engine. They were crafting a race-ready package that anyone with the right connections and enough cash could drive straight from the dealership floor to the drag strip. The Max Wedge was a high-performance masterpiece designed for dominance. To achieve its legendary status, Chrysler packed the Max Wedge with cutting-edge performance enhancements. High-flow intake manifolds ensured better fuel delivery, feeding the beast with everything it needed to unleash its full potential. Ported and polished cylinder heads maximized airflow and combustion efficiency, giving the engine an extra edge in high-speed runs. A forged steel crankshaft added durability, allowing the engine to handle extreme stress and high RPMs without breaking a sweat. Weight reduction was also a priority. Chrysler fitted the Max Wedge with lightweight pistons, minimizing internal drag and allowing for faster acceleration. An aggressive camshaft was specifically tuned for high RPM power, pushing the limits of what a stock muscle car engine could achieve. Even the exhaust manifolds were built for speed, featuring massive ports designed to expel gases faster, reducing back pressure and squeezing out every last ounce of horsepower. This is not your regular engineering. It was an all-out assault on the competition. In an era where factory cars were detuned for reliability, the Max Wedge 413 was an exception. Chrysler built it to win races. The Max Wedge 413 was fast. It became the engine of choice for serious drag racers, and with the right setup, these cars could trap at 120+ miles per hour in the quarter mile. In an era when a 14-second car was considered quick, a Max Wedge-equipped Dodge or Plymouth was a rocket on 4 wheels. And it wasn't primarily about numbers, it was about intimidation. Imagine rolling up to a red light in 1962. You're in your brand new Corvette, thinking you've got the fastest thing on the street. Then, a plain-looking Plymouth Fury pulls up next to you, its aggressive stance hiding what's lurking under the hood. The light turns green. The Fury launches like a missile, its tires fighting for traction, and within seconds, it's a dot on the horizon. That was the power of the 413. The Beach Boys even referenced it in their song Shut Down, in which a Corvette races a 413-powered Dodge Dart. Yeah, the Dart doesn't win in the song, but that Corvette wouldn't stand a chance in real life. While the 413 was eventually replaced by the 426 Max Wedge and the legendary 426 HEMI, it had already done its job. It had set the tone for the muscle car wars. This engine was a stepping stone, establishing the benchmark for performance and affordability and defining what an American muscle car could be. The formula was now clear. First, a big block V8 was necessary. An engine that roared with power was the heartbeat of every true muscle car, providing the raw energy that set these vehicles apart from the rest. Next came the lightweight body. Even the most powerful engine could be held back without a chassis built for speed. The emphasis was on minimizing weight to maximize acceleration and agility, ensuring every bit of power translated into pure, unadulterated performance. Race-ready tuning was another critical element. Simply installing a powerful engine in a car wasn't enough. The entire setup had to be optimized for high-performance conditions. From the fuel system to the exhaust, every component was fine-tuned to deliver the kind of performance that would dominate the drag strip. Finally, the goal was straight-line domination. Muscle cars aren't built to impress on winding roads. They were designed to burn rubber on the quarter mile. This pursuit of pure, straight-line speed became the defining characteristic of the era, creating an enduring legacy that continues to inspire car enthusiasts today. Without the 413, there might never have been the 426 HEMI, a 446-pack, or even the Dodge Charger Daytona. The muscle car era as we know it started with this engine. In a world obsessed with modern horsepower wars, the Chrysler 413 is often overlooked, but it shouldn't be. It was the first true muscle car engine, the one that made high-performance V8s available to regular enthusiasts, not just factory-backed racers. It showed that you didn't need to spend a fortune to go fast, and it proved that Chrysler could build an engine that didn't just compete with GM and Ford, it dominated them. Today, Max Wedge 413 cars are highly sought after, with collectors paying big money for a piece of muscle car history. For those lucky enough to own one, every drive is a reminder of an era when cars were built for war. The Chrysler Wedge 413 didn't get the flashy nickname of the HEMI, nor the widespread fame of the 446-pack. But make no mistake, this engine lit the fire of the muscle car revolution. It told the world that Chrysler wasn't just making cars, they were making weapons. And for the street racers of the early 1960s, that was all that mattered.